Okay, I think I am live. Hello, everyone, and anyone who joins this live. I wanted to come here a bit impromptu. I just got off a call. I just got off a coaching session, and we discussed the mirror technique and the revision technique from Neville Goddard. And it is such a simple yet effective tool to use to shift our self concepts that I wanted to just come and share this with you. Hi, my mom is here. Hi, mom. Okay, so why do we want to shift our self concept anyway? What is our self concept? At the root of it, our self concept is who we know ourselves to be. And it fuels the thoughts that we choose to fire and wire together. It fuels the feelings that we entertain and we either harbor or we learn to let go and release. And it also instigates the actions that we take in this life. And it really trickles on down to how we show up in the world, how we present ourselves, and how we seek different opportunities to manifest into our lives. And so the normal self-concept, it's built. I did a little diagram here, well, a little drawing. The normal self-concept, the way it's created is it starts with observation, right? And that observation starts really young and early in childhood. So you're born, you start to observe your environment, you start to observe interactions, the things that people say to you. And from that observation, you create an image, a self-image. So who am I? How do I perceive myself in the world? And you begin to create filters through which you analyze and scan reality, and you see who you are in the world. The world, wish I had a board. The world literally becomes a mirror reflection of how you see yourself. We can call this manifestation, we can call this science. At this point, it's in the jargon of so many different types of teachings that it's basically one of those realities, one of those truths that we've come to know ourselves as humans. And so when we get to a place in our life where we decide, okay, well, I choose to be this type of person. I choose to be someone who speaks well in public, or I choose to be someone in a healthy, loving relationship. Most of the time, how people continue to go about it is through that ordinary route. They make the declaration, they'll make the decision, and then they'll observe their reality, their environment to confirm whether this is true or not. And then that creates a cycle of basically repeating yourself because and wondering, why are things not changing? Why am I staying stagnant in the same place? Because at the end of the day, you got to understand that your brain is literally a record of the past. So even if you make a conscious, bold declaration of something new to be manifested into your life, into your reality, unless you change the way this route is, you get stuck in that paradigm. And so I want to share with you two very simple and effective practices when you are deciding and declaring that you want to be a new person and that you desire to bring forward new manifestations into your life. And that's the higher self path. The higher self, that is the version of you that is very divinely connected with your intuition. It's the version of you that knows what you authentically desire, that can lead you through the field of the unknown, through the field of the possibilities. And no matter how much negative subconscious programming you have, your higher self always speaks to you, speaks to your desires, tells you, hey, we desire this in our life. This is the type of person I want to be. This is the type of environment I want to have. These are the friendships and relationships that I desire to experience in this life. And so what I'll ask you to do is take a moment, especially if you see this before tomorrow or honestly any time, but I love me a new moon ritual. The new moon is tomorrow, and it's a really beautiful time to write down your self-concept. But whenever you see this, this is a potent time to change your self-concept. It's always a good time in my book. Want you to write, who is it that I desire to be? Decide and declare who you are becoming. right? And once you decide and declare and you write out that image, that self-image, write out, what does this person do? Does she get up in the morning and go to the gym every day? Does she take time to process her thoughts? Does she entertain toxic friendships? Probably not. So what do I want to do? How do I want to learn to let go of these toxic friendships? What kind of environments does she or he put herself in, right? So once you write that image, you're going to start making some decisions. And what I want you to practice is, when you look into the world, and Neville Goddard talks about this, like in terms of the mirror reflection. In his books, he writes, especially one of them that I love, it's called The Land and the Promise. The Law and the Promise. He says, instead of changing the world that you see, AKA the environment that you see, first change who you know yourself to be, and then change your view of the world. So what I want you to practice is, instead of looking at your environment and looking for evidence of your past self, recognize that every action that you've taken is from a past version of you. So your current reality, like your present day reality today, is a result of past decisions. Where can you start to peek at the reflection of your future self coming in? And that could be like, today, it could be that decision that you made. And think about, like, when you look at yourself literally in a mirror, when you're starting to go, let's say, on a fitness journey, or you're going on a wellness journey, if you go in the mirror and every single time you start to nitpick at everything that is wrong, you stay trapped in that body, you stay trapped in that mindset, you stay trapped in that negative paradigm. I want you to just look in the mirror through the lens of your future self, through your higher self, through this new self-image, and peek at it and look at what you're doing right. And the things that you're doing right, I want you to anchor them in and let them snowball into a confirmation. So you're going to have your image, the mirror reflection, the trickling of your new identity coming in. And I want you to, when you're observing, observe with a confirmation. Like, look, oh, when I look at myself in the mirror and I know I'm showing up to the gym, I see a woman who's showing up for her health, who's showing up for her fitness. When I look at the mirror and I see a woman now that decided she wants to be a public speaker, look, I'm doing the things, I'm becoming more proactive. When I see a woman and I have this desire that I have powerful, empowering relationships, the decision of making that, choosing to connect with my heart, okay, I'm seeing this happen, and letting that snowball in your life, and choosing a confirmation bias that's positive and empowering. And so one of the things that you're going to notice is that not everything in your life is going to magically appear in a way of confirming your new identity. Sometimes it takes a bit of time. Often, very often, it takes a little bit of time. It starts to trickle into your life. And so as that's trickling, you can't ignore, and I was in the coaching call, and the woman that I run this program with, Diana Iskander, we have a live together. Oh, it's doing a little thumbs up. She was talking, as we were sharing this with the women, she talked about imagine the water coming in from a river, and there's a dam. And you want that water to go into the new zone, to have that overflow of the new identity. But so far, you're just seeing the water trickle, and you're feeling the pressure of everything else coming in, right? Everything else wanting to pass through, the emotions wanting to pass through. Can you hold that pressure without making that pressure wrong? So if, let's say, you desire to, that for some reason this example keeps coming up for me, like if you desire to get into the best shape of your life, perhaps there is certain levels of fat that you want to shed, perhaps there's new foods that you want to introduce to your body, muscle that you want to build. Can you hold the fact that at this moment you are potentially not at your ideal weight, you're not at your ideal place, but you're making the decisions every single day in every way to come in and unplug from the momentum of your past self? Your past self took all those decisions to eat that junk food, to not go to the gym, or perhaps you went through something in your health that stopped you from being able to tangibly attain the body that you want. Can you witness that and be neutral to that without making it right or wrong, saying, well, that was all the decisions of my past self, And that's okay. I'm forgiving, I'm letting go. And in this present moment reality, I already have the body of that future version of myself. I have that mindset of the future version of myself. And that's the mirror part. And where the revision comes in is, especially at the end of the night, every night as you're going to bed, taking a moment to reflect on the day, because it's almost like a given that you're going to have slip ups of toxic mindsets or toxic habits, things that you're not like, oh great, I'm so happy I did that, right? Like, let me know in the chat if you know what I mean. Like, it's, you make a decision and you will falter at points. But instead of letting that falter stay the way it is, just at night, I want you to take 2 to 5 minutes. Doesn't have to be long. If you want to make it longer, go for it. If it feels good, go for it. But in the sense that this is a very short and concise practice, taking a deep breath in, holding it for 2 to 3 seconds, that's all it takes. Exhaling, releasing your shoulders, and revisiting that moment where you had the thought, you had the feeling, you had the behavior, and imagining it as you would have wanted it to be. So let's say, again, with the whole example of getting into the best shape of your life, right? Perhaps eating processed chocolate chip cookies is not going to be the vibe for you, right? But let's say you did it. Instead of letting that be the evidence that you can't do it, you won't do it, and you didn't do it, choose to forgive yourself. Revisit the moment that you made that decision and learn from it. Say, okay, well, when I start getting hangry, food needs to be accessible to me. So maybe I'm going to rethink how I stock my fridge. Maybe I'm going to rethink the snacks that I have. And at the same time, because my brain is a record of the past, let me fuel my past with the evidence that serves me. And so I'm going to close my eyes, take in a deep breath, ground myself, lower my shoulders, and I'm going to reimagine that moment differently. Perhaps I'm going to reimagine it with a very healthy, organically baked brownie that's keto friendly, sugar free. I don't know, whatever flows your boat. I know that's something, or energy balls, that's something I started making when I was substituting my sugar cravings. And just giving yourself genuinely that opportunity to continuously revisit and change and rewire and let yourself snowball into the person you're becoming. And over time, like, have you ever, this is for people who live in the land of the snow, like places where it snows. You know when the snow is like a little sticky, and you can start by making a little snowball, and then you start pushing it down, and then it builds momentum and momentum and momentum, and the next thing you know, it's this huge snowball. That's what you want to do with your self-concept through this mirror technique and through the revision technique. Because when you're creating that snowball, you can also see there's still snow everywhere. There's still scattered snow everywhere, but you're focusing to put momentum into building the self-concept, how you filter your reality, how you choose to seek opportunities and magnetize your new environment by fueling the things that are working, forgiving the past, rewiring the past, and choosing to focus on what is actually working, and not being like, okay, well, I'm just going to pretend I didn't eat that cookie because I'm perfect, blah, 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 blah. No, we're not doing that here. But we are going to unplug from that energy, and we are going to treat it with a neutral energy of, okay, that's again a ripple effect of my past. How can I change it? How can I change how I would respond to it and make it like an automatic mechanism? Like, I will automatically now pick up this pen and start doing bicep curls. I don't know where that example came, but let me know if you're those of you who are in the chat, if this made sense. If you have any questions, do make sure you give us a thumbs up if you like this kind of coming on live and doing these. I want to do more of these little live trainings where we just activate the right conversations. We do the things because these are such simple, basic things that we can do to feel better and to create positive momentum, positive visions, and to genuinely manifest in a healthy way our new realities. Yes, but we need to know when you go online. That's so what my mom would say. I will do that more often. This was impromptu. This is part of my self-concept also being in the making, that I'm a creator on the go, that when I feel an inspiration, I get to come online and share it with you. And that said, I will make an effort to announce the lives coming up because yes, that would be very good. If there's anyone else who has anything they would like to add, and if you found this helpful, please do share it with someone. Click the like button. That really does help out. Get the message out, helps my YouTube channel, and also helps me know what you do like and what you don't like. Thank you. I saw someone put the like button. Give it another minute. All right, beautiful souls. Thank you for those of you who tuned in. Thank you, Mom, for showing up online. This is beautiful having your mom support you like that. I'm sending you all lots of love. And until the next video, keep being your best self. Keep showing up for you. You deserve the best in the world. You deserve the best kind of love. And it starts first and foremost with the relationship to the self. So I'm sending you all lots of love. Bye.